down for us in a matter of minutes. It was amazing.
Well, it's about as long as it should take to get down the mountain, so it should be taking no longer to draw it. I'll draw another one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I actually met you at the, it was Cocktails and Cartoons. It was at the Hyatt, which is happening again today from 3 to 5. And we were able to chat, and I was having a cocktail, and it was just nice to hear your stories and everything that was going on.
Well, they're true, whatever they are, and if they're not, I make them up.
Yeah.
So it goes on.
And have you been up to the New Yorker Lounge, too, at 9 to 3?
Yes, I was over there yesterday. I did a couple of little sketches and little political things. You mix them up. Nice group. Nice group of people. They ask, we talk. It's great.
Yeah.
Great to be here again. Really super.
Oh, it's so great to have you. And let's talk a little bit about what you do. I'm looking at your book called Last Laughs, and it's cartoons about aging, retirement, and the great beyond.
Right.
Okay. So how did you come up with this?
This actually is this began with skiing. When I talk about people started to talk about retiring and getting older. And last year I was at, actually it was a couple of years ago, I was at a competing ski resort. I don't know if I should mention it or not. It's a different place. Anyway,
different place.
The point is we were finishing this great day of skiing, and suddenly, you know, down taking the boots off, and the door burst open, and this little guy, he's all dressed up, he's covered in snow, and he comes screaming in, he says, "Skied at last! Skied for free! Skied for free! Free at last! Today is my birthday. I'm 80 years old, and I skied for free. So at this place, they got a free lift ticket."
Oh,
and I thought, oh, wow, is that great? This guy skied for free. You know, these prices, you know, you can do a lot of stuff. God bless you.
Thank you.
And I thought, wow, that's a great goal. And I've thought about the idea of people getting older and how they should be keeping on with what they're doing and how we should be really making fun of getting older and death and just keeping going. So I invited about 26 of my friends from the New Yorker, and we put together this book.
Yeah,
and it's 131 cartoons, and they really, I think they're terrific. I showed us last night.
And we're taking a look at it right now, and you can just see it's just page after page of just very senior citizen Grammys, and you just keep
and
going.
There's people who you know, not know. Of course, we used a lot of the Grim Reaper jokes. Grim Reaper jokes. This one is by Arnie Levin. The caption is, "Now may we go."
And when you come up with these captions, actually today again from 9 to 3 at the New Yorker Lounge, there are going to be cartoons like this, and people are going to have the ability to be able to put a caption at the bottom. How do you come up with that?
Which part?
So, well, first I guess the cartoon. Is it the cartoon and then the caption, or the caption and then the
different people work in different ways. I mean, there are actually two ways that, or approaches to getting cartoons. Visual, when you kind of like doodle things and you say, hey, that's a funny looking picture, or something that you hear that's a little peculiar and you twist it around. That's really what a cartoon is. It's a kind of a twist on something that is ordinary, sort of like a variation of something. And sometimes that's all it takes, it's just a little twist. So those are the two different ways of getting it, and lots of people do both ways. I do it mostly with the line first, some idea, and then a drawing, and then working it back and forth until it comes out. So
that's wonderful. Okay, well, we're going to take it over to Billy right now. He's standing by with Drew, and they're going to actually do a little drawing for us and show us how that works.
Terrific.
Thanks, Kirsten. With me here, Drew Dernavich. Drew, nice to see you again.
You too.
From the New Yorker, one of New Yorker's finest. You know, it's good to have you back as well. He and I got to work together about 3 years ago on the very first Humor on the Slopes, which just came off fantastically. So it's great to see you returning year after year after you get some of the new faces come through. It's good to see you here.
It's
now,
great to be back.
I'm going to ask, because, you know, master the obvious here, just laundry problems or...
Well, we had this show last night at the Villar Center. Mort and I and 4 other cartoonists who were here, and called Cartoonists Unleashed. We had an improv drawing contest, and the losers got pies in the face. We actually won, but I got a pie in the face. It got all over my clothes, so I have no more clean clothes left.
Well, that's a good one.
If somebody wants to loan me some clothes today at the Park Hyatt, I'd be glad to take some donations.
Yeah, we're taking donations right over here as well at T-Gate as well, or at the Park Hyatt, whichever one you want. The good thing about pie in the face contest, I don't think anyone technically wins or loses. Everyone ends up with a pie in the face.
No, and you get to go home smelling like meringue, which is pretty nice.
Which is not a bad thing. As long as you get pulled over, you know, driving while smelling like meringue. So, what are you going to be doing for us here? What do you got on your mind? What's going through the wheels right now?
I thought I would draw a cartoon while we're following on Mort's theme of death and dying in cartoons. I think I'll mix the two, snow and skiing and death, if I can, if you let me do that.
Absolutely. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions while you're drawing?
Sure.
Or do you have to be absolutely focused?
No, you can ask me some questions.
Now, they touched on earlier when Kirsten asked Mort about how the development of a cartoon, how it happens, basically. I'm going to switch sides with you here.
Okay.
Now, I know it probably varies cartoon to cartoon, but on average, when you come up with an idea that's going to end up going in the magazine as a final, how many drafts of that do you go through? Is it kind of a sit down, do it once, or can it be dozens before you get it exactly the way you want it?
I usually think of my ideas all at once in one day, sometimes even in my underwear, like today. And then, and then when I sketch them, it takes me about 2 hours to do each cartoon. I'll go through, keep layering tracing paper on top of tracing paper until I get the drawing right, and then I do my final artwork on this stuff called scratch board. So it actually looks like a woodcut. So it looks a little bit similar to what I'm doing today, except it has kind of an artistic look and feel to it.
An artistic flair, if you will.
Yes.
Now, I mentioned earlier in the show, because we were talking about you guys and how this is just such an absolutely fun event going on. When you guys really made it to the cultural big time, when you guys are talked about on Seinfeld, how was that working in the office when you guys had that little sidebar? I mean, that was a very funny episode. How do you guys? Because sometimes New Yorkers, like, people think, oh, New Yorker, that's a little highbrow, and then other people are like, you kidding me? It's great. You know, it's fun, whatever. How does that work with you guys? How did that? You guys get a kick out of that?
Yeah, the great thing about that episode is actually written by one of the New Yorker cartoonists.
Is that right?
Yeah, he writes for TV, and he actually wrote that episode. So that was like a little in-joke, right, that we all enjoyed.
That's very interesting. See, you learn something every day. So one of the writers of that episode was actually one of the New Yorker's staff members, or writer, or a cartoonist. That's really cool. Did you guys catch a lot of flack after that from just different jabs at, I don't get it, or things like that?
It wasn't too far exaggerated from what really happens.
Really?
Yeah. We suspect that sometimes the editors publish cartoons even though they don't really get them themselves.
That's so funny. The Grim Reaper snowman.
Snowmen have to die sometime, So that's probably what happens.
Sometime, some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
No.
So that sounds good. Okay, so definitely thank you for those great cartoons. That's the Grim Reaper snowman in your underwear, Drew, as always. You got, you come with a lot of style. Yes, thank you for that. Definitely great. Okay, Mort.
Should have washed out my underwear, too.
Yeah.
You can do my laundry next. I think
mine will be next. You can have mine third. So
yeah,
Mort,
but you didn't have any pie on it, though.
Yeah, you guys were saying, last night you guys actually threw pies at each other.
I stuck pie in my hair.
Yeah, me too. It took a long time to wash it out, right?
Yeah, I really wouldn't expect anything less from you guys. So
Right.
last night was the free event that happened at the Vail. Tonight we're going to have some comedy with Jim. And then throughout the day, as we were talking about, there's the New Yorker tent from 9 until 3. We can meet up with you guys from 3 until 5 at the Hyatt. But you were also saying, we were looking at one of your cartoons here, and you were saying that people can purchase these.
Right. This book is on sale, as several of the other books. There's other collections, and they're on sale at the New Yorker Lounge and at the Hyatt, and and we're available to autograph them and personalize them for you. It's both Last Laughs and a couple of cartoon, the Rejection collections that we're in, and we'll be happy to do that.
Okay, great. Well, it's great to see you again, Mort.
You too. Take
I'll look
care.
forward to it, having you come up and draw a few cartoons for me. And don't forget, there is the kid tuning, too. You can go up with the kids. There's a tent right next to the ice skating rink, and you can head out there, and the kids can draw and learn from the experts.
And we were there also.
Yeah, which is great. Great and inspirational for those kids.
Okay.
Thank you, Mort, so
Thank
much.
you.
If you want more information, you can call 845-TIXS or go online to beavercreek.com. Make sure you sign up for all those events. We're going to be right back.
This weather and mountain report is brought to you by TV8 Vail.
All right, we're back. Just want to have another couple more seconds here with Drew. I had to bolt for get a new battery there for a second. But Drew, do you guys get a chance to get up and enjoy the mountain while you're here at all?
We do. It's great weather, and we skied already one of the days, and I'll be out in the mountain today. Someone will give me some ski pants or clothes.
If you see someone skiing around wearing the union suit, then you'll know exactly who it is. Just ski up and have them draw you a cartoon of your own choice. That's great. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having
I really
us. We
appreciate
really
it and look forward to seeing all the events because it's such a blast.
Thank you.
Such a blast. You want to get out on the mountain today because the weather is going to be absolutely spectacular. There's a look at Eagle County right there, Eagle Gypsum area. 50 degrees, a very, very nice and mild warm day down west of here in the area we call the Banana Belt. Things will cool a little bit as you move eastern and a little bit higher elevation. Avon